We had 26 hours in call-out, 41 in details, 13 in training, miscellaneous was 23 for a total of 103 hours.
Wow.
We had 3 accidents and 5 details. The accidents were all motorcycle accidents, all within 1 week.
Yeah.
2 went with the helicopter and 1 went with the coroner.
Oh,
Very, very, very sad month. That was a bad month. Okay, for September, we had 0 call-outs, 47 hours in details, 16 hours in training, 18 hours in miscellaneous, and 81 hours in total. We had 6 details. We were handling a lot in the football game. And that is it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Jack. Police departments, reports please. Communications first.
Communications, we have none. Unless you have anything?
I have nothing.
No. Nothing for communications.
In regards to the letter that we just gave you.
Oh, I haven't had time to review that yet,
Okay.
so,
Well, I want the record to be stated that we have received a letter from Mr. Schultz in Summerwoods in reference to motorcycles and e-bikes running down the sidewalks. Since King Street isn't open, apparently they're going around the barricades. So we will look into that.
yes.
I can get one quick comment.
Oh, sure.
In regards to the e-bikes and electric bikes, there's an ordinance that was provided to the attorney for review to specifically address that in ordinance. And as far as I know, that still hasn't been passed.
what's in that ordinance? What are the,
It just kind of regulates these e-bikes a little bit more than just the state law does. State law classifies them in 3 different categories, but there's a difference too between the electric bikes and electric off-road bike. Any of these electric bikes that don't have pedals, they're illegal to be on the road, period. They're off-road vehicles. And none of them should be ridden on the sidewalks, including regular bicycles. They're supposed to be ridden on the road.
even juveniles?
Yeah, the law.
Okay.
You're supposed to ride on the road as far to the right as you can and obey every traffic law that a vehicle would have to obey, including stopping at stop signs.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, finances, purchase orders, expenditure reports, and grants.
Okay, on September 15th, we received the check from SAFE for $7,500 for drug and alcohol-related overtime. That was a big help. And we're also looking into electric vehicle grant to get 2 vehicles, one for code enforcement, and the other one we haven't decided yet what we would do with that. Probably be an unmarked unit if we could. And that's being worked on. Officer Machog, or Corporal Machog's been doing some pretty good work on that and staying on top of it. It's still in the early stages yet. We probably won't know anything until first of the year or even past that. It's just how that grant is. We also completed our currency and custody, where we counted all our cash that we had taken possession of from various types of cases. We had a total of $15,147.69. It's all in a fund now, and in the near future here, we're going to start going through that and start trying to locate owners of the cash and contact them and work on getting that back to them. And then also, we're working on a Homeland Security grant for new radios. they're getting a little outdated, and be nice to have some. I know Carl, our deputy chief here, has been working on that too a little bit. Any,
No, it's just, the radios we have now are obsolete. Doesn't mean they don't function, they function just fine, but, we need extra radios, and they're expensive, so. For obvious reasons, we're just trying to get ahead of the game and get any funding out there that's available.
Can I ask quick, is that the same radio thing you were talking about is not compatible with, I think it was Illinois,
No.
a few meetings ago, it's
No,
different?
not at all. There's
Okay.
absolutely no compatibility issue at all with our radios. The radios we have are completely compatible, functional. That's not the issue at all. They're just, the original radios that were purchased when we went and switched over to the state system.
Okay.
And, we haven't really purchased any new radios since. They're obsolete, they're not made anymore, and parts and service could become an issue if we have an
Okay.
issue with them.
How much is this Homeland Security grant? What are you looking for at the Homeland Security grant? How much do you think you're gonna get?
Oh, we have really no idea.
Will you just ask for any amount, or?
Yeah, we're asking to fund enough this is strictly portable radios, and we're asking for them to fund 30 radios.
Is there a limitation on how much you can apply for?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
What would 30 radios cost?
It depends, I think because we're not asking for the Motorola radios, they're $12,000 a piece. We're going for a Kenwood radio, which we have a couple of. They do the exact same thing, essentially. And without having the paperwork in front of me, they're about $5,000 a piece. Yeah, so, big difference between that and the Motorola portables. The Motorola portables do have other features to them, but we wouldn't use that, like cellular, Wi-Fi, GPS, we wouldn't use that.
So it'd be good if Homeland Security would fund the entire bill. If they don't, would we have to pick it up to get the rest of the guys outfitted?
We'll take whatever, if they only wanna fund, let's say, 10 radios, we'll get 10 radios, that's great. We don't need 30, we don't need the 30 radios, we'll just merge in the 10 radios.
Okay.
So to speak, yeah.
That makes sense.
can I do vehicle repairs?
Yeah, we can touch on
Okay.
that. In finances, vehicle repairs, you'll probably see some, unordinary bigger repairs. It's just, we unfortunately have, had some issues with vehicles that weren't under warranty. And the cost of things, as everybody in this room knows, is through the roof, just outrageous. So, if you have any specific questions, but just wanted to touch on the fact that we've had a couple unexpected issues that weren't covered under warranty on a couple vehicles related to air conditioning. And the problem with that was the condensers under the dash, which also meant that all of the equipment in the car had to come out just to get to it. It just is what it is. My opinion is the craftsmanship of things here lately has been very bad. And it's not specific to these vehicles, it just seems to be just everywhere, so.
So is this, on September 4th, there's a Thomas Dodge of Highland, and it says declined service. They did the service, but we had to pay. It's $195, is that?
So unfortunately, we took the vehicle there because this was the first one. We took it there because the air conditioning wasn't working. So we didn't know what was wrong, whether or not it would be covered under warranty or not, so we took it there. They diagnosed it to be the condenser under the dash, and they wanted $7,000 to do the job. You can see that's not what we paid, because we didn't take it back. So, but unfortunately, we had to pay the diagnostics fee.
Which was $195. Okay.
Now,
Explain.
on the second one, we didn't pay the diagnostics fee because we
Knew what
knew
the
what it
problem was.
and took it somewhere else.
Smart move, especially for that amount of money.
Yep.
In all sincerity, that $2,000, that's not bad.
No, that's a lot of work.
Because I've seen a couple of Jeeps, a couple of years ago, we got to take, like you says, you got to take the dash, steering column, steering wheel, everything to a bare firewall.
Did you say $2,000 or $7,000?
No, what we actually paid for the
Was-
repair versus what they
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
charge. And it's all labor.
Oh,
Right.
The parts are $600. It's all labor.
No, that's more than fair.
Well, Chief, speaking of finances, I've been thinking about this for a couple of months now. A few months ago, we talked about you were preparing a budget for next year in light of the HB1 bill. You were looking at reductions and such. You were coming up with ideas with Mr. Eldridge. What did you come up with? Where are we at now? You've got the budget hammered out?
No, it's still in its fluid stage yet. Really, there hasn't been many cuts. Looking at that, you know, we're still working on that with the clerk treasurer. We have sort of a rough one right now, but really we haven't cut much on that. It's kind of stayed the same. We're looking at 26 as being kind of almost the same, with a few increases here, mostly in payroll. We're looking at the big hits, if there's gonna be any, we're still not sure yet, but in 27 and 28.
I saw a news report, the town of Griffith said they're anticipating a 38% reduction in income. That's gonna be significant. Where are we at in this town? Any idea?
For 2026, it was estimated that we're going to lose about 600,000. But Sue Hayes has now reported to us that it's about 824,000. But as Jennifer said at Tuesday's meeting, it is just an estimate. We're not sure of what it will be. It could be higher or it could be lower. And we asked the chief if he was able to cut the budget by 5%, and he said, I'm at bare bones
Yes.
and doing the best they can.
So, I don't know if it's worst case scenario, you lose $800,000 out of the budget, how is that gonna necessarily affect public safety? It's gotta affect them, if we lose $800,000.
Well, the council is looking for all kinds of different avenues. We're just going to have to play it by ear, and I talked to State Rep Julie Olthoff, and she told me they're going to be considering legislation in 2026 that may help alleviate that. But she's only one person. You gotta get everybody else to agree to that.
And when will we know the final numbers? When does the budget have to be submitted and finalized? When will this happen?
No one knows.
We don't know when our budgets are gonna be submitted?
Well, no, we don't know.
We've submitted the budget, and it's gotta be approved by the Department of Local Government, but, they can approve it, and then we'll find out somewhere down the road we're gonna lose money.
But we won't know how much. No one knows. The state's not giving any of the town's answers.
Okay, but our budgets have been submitted waiting for approval.
Yeah, we passed that Tuesday night.
Okay, so time will tell. Thank
Yeah.
you. I know it's a big deal, so I know the public wants to hear this, what's happening.
I know on our budget though, we worked hard to try to cut stuff on it. There's literally no room on it. Payroll, it's gonna go up. The two other line items, and payroll makes up literally 80% of our budget, or I should say 90. And so the other two items are 5% each. So to cut 5%, I literally have to get rid of one whole line item. And there's fuel is in one, and vehicle repairs in the other. There's just no way. Yeah, NIPSCO too is gonna be going up, cause now we're in the new building.
Well, their rates went up.
Yeah, and the rates too, yeah.
Well, cuts are coming, we just don't know how much, is what we're saying at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It'll be
time
a
will
tough
tell.
challenge for the town council.
All right.
I'm still hoping we got at least a year out of it.
Okay,
And then
thank
in
you.
2027, it's supposed to go up higher, 2028 higher. And cities and towns will have an option in 2027 to place an income tax on the residents. But I've talked to school corporations that tell me they have no option like that for them. The township trustees will lose money. State Bill number 1 was just a bad bill for municipalities. I wish they'd have left it alone.
Thank you.
On the expenditure report, under professional services, is that more legal fees and things like that, or is that other?
It depends. It's kind of,
So there's more things
there's
than-
some leeway in that.
Okay, well, I haven't noticed that there's a zero left in it, so.
There's some leeway.
Okay, any other questions? All right, staffing, please.
Well, Officer Lukasik is at the academy. Commander Kidd and I went and visited him. It's been about 4 or 6 weeks ago, and he's doing very well there. He's a squad leader. The guys that I know there, instructors, say he is squared away, and he's doing very well. We look forward to getting him out of the academy and out onto the road.
And when is that graduation?
November 14th. So we'll have him on the street in time for Thanksgiving. So,
He's already done his in-car training, right?
yes,
Great.
it's still a little, yeah.
Great.
Code enforcement, our code enforcement officer is scheduled to return early next month. So we're looking forward to having her back. And other than that, staff is fine.
Great. Training reports, please.
In September, we had our firearms qualifications. Everything went well. Guys did a great job setting the course. It was a state course. Did a great job of instruction. That was Sergeant Kilgore was out there, Corporal Huppenthal. Did a nice job getting us through the course. And Corporal Presti was also there. They did a great job getting us through the course. I mean, I've been through a lot of instruction with another department, and this was some of the best ones that I've had. Did a nice job getting us through. And in October, we completed our defensive tactics. There's still, I think there might be one more makeup day scheduled. I don't know when that'll probably be next month sometime. But defensive tactics, Sergeant Miller put that on. Did a great job with that as well. Still wait for the bruises to heal.
Uh-oh. Alrighty, any questions? Equipment, please.
Yeah, I
Fine.
think we reported in the last meeting that we had all the vehicles, so that's, no issues there. The new vehicles are, fine, nothing to report on those, I guess, so,
Are we budgeting for new cars for next year at all, or
well,
other than the
since that's a capital expense and we're facing
cutbacks?
we're gonna meet with, the clerk treasurer and have a better discussion about that, see where we're at.
And what would we normally ask for?
4.
4 cars. Board, any questions? Monthly activity reports.
I'll do both individually. For August, our calls to service were 787. We had 235 traffic stops. Of those traffic stops, 171 citations were written. We had, 171, warnings were issued on those stops. Law incident reports, we had, 518. Of those, we had 22 arrests, and of those arrests, there were 24 charges in those. Our warnings for ordinances were 4, and our citations issued in ordinances were 24. For September, we had 704 calls for service. We had 235 traffic stops. We issued 166 warnings. We issued 44 citations on those stops. For law incident reports for September, we had 450. There we had 23 arrests, and there were 25 individual charges charged in those, or filed in those arrests. And we had, as far as our ordinance goes, we had 8 warnings and 4 citations were issued.
I have a question.
Sure.
On the, let me get to the top, on traffic stop analysis and warning analysis, every month our numbers have dropped from 2004. Is there any particular reason for that happening?
Now, Commander Kidd and I talked about that, and we're working on setting just a contact limit, or where you just have to make 2 contacts a shift.
Okay.
At least start there.
I mean, because that's almost 2 years where the numbers have dropped. And there isn't 1 month that we've increased in 2005.
Yeah, we discussed that earlier in the week when we got the stats.
Okay.
And we're gonna set a contact amount.
That sounds great.
And just a couple highlights for the 2 months. Officer King had a theft case out of one of the local gas stations, and in that he was able to obtain some camera footage where he got a good shot of the suspect, and he was able to post that information on social media, and he got some I guess information back from that post, and he was able to identify that suspect and make an arrest on it. It was just really good work. And also we had where we assisted on a fatality accident over in Crown Point, and Officer Sean Meyer was a great help in that. He used the license plate reader to help identify the suspect in that, and they were able to make an arrest and charge that individual with fleeing and with fatality accident. That was great work. And also, Deputy Chief and Commander Kidd investigated a house fire that wound up turning out to be a meth lab. And they did a great job on that, and we were able to charge that just recently. We had great assist from the State Fire Marshal and the Indiana State Police meth suppression unit. Did a great, overall it was great teamwork. Did a good job getting those charges. And also we did, on September 27th, we put on a woman's self-defense class. We had 23 participants. Corporal Presti was the catalyst on that, did a great job of instruction. We got a lot of good feedback on it, but he was also assisted by Sergeant Moak, Officer Stolars, Officer Dills, and Sarah Moore assisted in putting everything together for that. It was just a great job, and we got a lot of positive comments on our social media from that.
How long was that training? Just 1 day?
It was 1 day. It was approximately 4 hours.
Great.
Where was that done?
It was done at the Hanover School Corporation Admin Building.
Good.
Anything else?
That's all I have on that.
Okay, now we move on to the fun one, Lexipol.
Yeah. So we met with Dave Villalobos and Mr. Nagy, and we went over our policies. And do you just want me to go through?
The changes,
Yes.
please.
Just the policy.
By number and title for the record.
Sure. You know what, I was gonna start with the title first, because the numbers are pretty fluid. They may change later. So, the first policy was training, which is listed as policy number 203. Child abuse, which is listed as 313. Adult abuse, which is listed as 314. Ride-alongs, which is listed as 404. Immigration violations, 411. Civil disputes, listed as policy number 426. Traffic crashes is listed as policy 501. Vehicle towing, listed as policy 502. Asset forfeiture, which is listed as 702. Eyewitness identification, listed as policy 704. And Brady information, which is listed as policy number 705. Records section, listed as policy number 901. Records maintenance and release, which is listed as policy number 903. Recruitment and selection, which is listed as policy 1100. Our PTO policy is listed as number 1107. Our overtime compensation, which is listed as policy 1120. And our physical fitness policy, which is listed as 1133. That completes the list for our Lexipol policy.
What does PTO mean?
Paid time off.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to explain the modifications in each of these policies that we're adopting here?
Yeah, I guess I could. I know there's a lot to go through on it. Let's see, training. Usually, most of these were Lexipol changes, and a lot of it had to do with CJIS, that there were some wording changes, and that was the majority of our policy. Majority of the policy changes. Matter of fact, it was almost all of them. The one that was written from scratch, which one? Oh, the ride-alongs policy. That's a new policy. There's been a lot to do with ride-alongs in the last several years, where there's been a lot of limitations, mostly based on insurance and liability. They're just not done as much as what they used to be done. And
is this eliminating them or on the ride-alongs? I know.
Go ahead.
We never had a specific policy.
Okay,
So this is a new policy, and we spoke with our insurance carrier as well about it, to get some advice from them. That's how we came about with most of the development of that particular policy.
What I'm reading here is ride-alongs for under eligibility will only be allowed during on-duty hours for Cedar Lake Department personnel only for training purposes. So the general public would be ineligible, is what this policy is saying. And they're saying it's because of liability issues.
go with the immigration policy, that mostly dealt with in custody, where it dealt more with the jail and the sheriff's department.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The question was, is it eliminated? No, it's not eliminated, it's eliminated, but it's only department members are eligible.
Right. But during training only.
Mm-hmm.
So after they become a full-time officer, are we allowed to ride along or not? This policy is stating that there could be ride-along during training hours only.
That's reflective upon employees and people training.
Okay,
The bottom line, if you read the whole policy, is you have to be a cop. We don't do civilian ride-alongs, and we never did. We just never had solid policy on it.
okay. So what if a board member wants to ride along sometime? I know none of us probably have, but what happens if that case arises where we feel we want to do that?
But there is some leeway in the policy where chief discretion, but they're just not looked upon very favorably anymore. There would have to be some big restrictions on it. Where
Let me ask this. This was a number of years ago. I was walking out of town hall, and Officer Zimmerman said, "Bob, get in the car with me." I got in the car, and we rode to the south end of town, and we parked on, I think it's 159th, by the railroad tracks. And I asked Paul, I said, "What are we doing here?" He says, "We're watching to see if a tornado comes through here, and another vehicle is on the north end of town, and he says, if you and I see a tornado, you and I are going to jump out and get down there in the ditch by the railroad track." And so that was a learning experience. But God rest Paul Zimmerman's soul.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I worked with him on
So what do you
several
think?
cases, good guy.
What do you think of this?
I'm gonna throw this in here.
So I don't know if that would be legal today or not.
I'm gonna throw this in here. I do feel, especially for some of us that have never been on that side, it is a good tool for educational purposes as to what we're looking at, what we're deciding, and how we're thinking through that. Just my 2 cents.
Okay.
So on the rare occasion that the chief might use his discretion and grant you authority to do a ride-along, there are a number of restrictions here what the ride-along would have to do. And you can't go into somebody's house, you don't get involved in an investigation, and they're all listed here, any restrictions. But if,
Right.
on the rare occasion that he would grant you, there's a lot of restrictions about what you can do other than observe.
Well, I haven't ridden for probably 10 years, but when I rode, all I did is stay in the car, and the officer went out and did whatever, and, you know, but at least...
That's what it should be, yeah.
Right, but at least if something comes up where we feel there's the need for us to ride for some reason, if we're hearing chitter-chatter about this or that or whatever, this is stating that we can't ride unless you approve it.
There you go.
I think that's been the case that went all the way back then.
Right, because I always called
Yeah, that's always been.
to say, could I ride
That's
along?
been policy.
Unfortunately, the world we live in today with liability, it's changed a lot of things for us. It's unfortunate.
I wouldn't.
But there's always the
A
hands-on,
lot, but I sure wouldn't want, I
That's what
wouldn't.
I mean, it's an educational
way.
thing
right, for us.
Absolutely
for
not.
us. When we're sitting here making decisions about how you X, Y, and Z, it's a little bit easier to do that when you can stay in the car and kind of see how that applies. But again, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Anyone else have comments on that? Okay. Next one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like I said, most of the changes, I go through immigration, that mostly dealt with in custodies, and it really deals more with the, county jails. But part of CJIS, there was, some changes were made in ours, it's always good to have that on the books. Civil disputes, once again, there was a lot of, wording changes that were directed by CJIS. So were traffic. There was the, although one new thing was the yellow dot medical information, where you can have a packet inside your glove box, where if there's an accident, you're rendered unconscious, we're supposed to look now in the glove box to find that, and it contains your medical information. So that was a good thing. It was a good, nice policy change.
Back up to civil disputes.
Mhm.
I think this is a significant change in here that everyone should be aware of.
Oh, with the squatters?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to let the people know.
Yeah, squatters, we now have the right to tell them, we can remove them from, that property. And it's,
Like immediately?
yeah, we can tell them to get out,
Okay.
or find a new place for them to squat.
Don't confuse that with a person not paying their rent
Oh, I'm not.
or something
Yeah.
along those.
I think,
Also, long before this and long before everything that's going on in this world, trespassing was always trespassing.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of this new era of terminology, trespassing was trespassing.
On that note, would you need, just out of curiosity, would you need to actually have a no trespassing sign up?
No. Now, if somebody's in your house, no,
Well,
yeah.
what I have in my head is a little different, but yeah, I was just curious.
I mean, no, you don't. But you do have to then tell them you're trespassing, leave.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
yes,
In other words,
yes.
if you don't have a no trespassing sign and somebody's on your property, we can't come and arrest them. You gotta give them the opportunity to leave,
Okay,
or have it posted.
And as far as the squatter policy says, if the owner gives you an affidavit, he does not belong here. That gives the officers the authority to immediately remove him.
yeah, I saw that. I was just curious, so thank you.
well, I know at the chamber, sometimes we have some indigents that sleep down there overnight, et cetera, whatever. Can they be removed, or?
That's totally different. Public property, for one thing. But there's an ordinance in place for the chamber building. That lot's closed at 10 or 10:30 in the evening, specifically by ordinance.
So they can be removed for that reason?
Problem is you can't just remove, pick and choose who you are.
Right.
Everyone's gotta go.
Yep. All or none.
Well, I know the problem's happening at the Dairy Queen too.
Well, that's private property. We've,
You've addressed that one?
we've just recently dealt with it again and we made them leave.
Okay.
For towing, probably the biggest change on that was just, we have to have a written contract with our tow firms, or, covering emergency towing services, have a rotation, but we just can't use same tow firm all the time.
Do we have more than one tow firm on our
We do.
records now?
We do. Asset forfeiture, really it's a single jammer was added to that list that we can seize that. So, eyewitness identification, there's just new procedures that we have to follow. Changes were like in definitions, the process, the lineup. Usually, I would follow the direction of a prosecutor with that. I really haven't done a lineup in a long time since I've been in investigations. It's been a while. Carl, you probably used them.
Yeah, it just
Recently.
basically is, and we received a legal update from the prosecutor specifically in Lake County. It's just kinda the changing of times with lineups and how you put them together and conduct them. It's just technicalities.
Now, the Brady information, which is basically the same as the Giglio, this basically deals with officer misconduct. Anything deceptive, we have to notify the prosecutors about that. And they're the ones that establish a list for Brady, and then the U.S. attorneys establish one for Giglio. Basically, it just halts your career at that point, if you're on that list. I'm just saying. The record section, there was a presidential executive order which deactivated the National Law Enforcement Accountability Database. So that was what was changed in that. Records and maintenance, dealt with a lot of the red flag statute, where it's mostly used. We can take firearms in domestic violence cases, anything that, mental health, we have that authority, and we can charge them with that. Or not charge them with that, but we normally put in and there's an order issued by the judge to have that removed, which we've already taken. It's kind of post-dated. Paid time off. We just set maximum accrual of comp time at 48 hours. Can't go past that.
And that is in line with the town policy?
Yes.
That's why we're doing that?
Yes.
That's why we're making that limitation, because the department is gonna be in line with the town policy?
Yes. And it's the same with the overtime. The next policy was the same, set at 48. And then the physical fitness, this is a new policy. We're allowing our officers to work out on duty and off duty. On duty has some restrictions. If you're on a 12-hour shift, you can work out for an hour. And that includes everything.
Is that in
At
our
our fitness
facility?
center only.
Is that in our facility?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And if you're working an 8-hour shift, you got 45 minutes. It's a nice perk. And that's our lexical policy update.
Well, I make a motion that we adopt the listed policies as modified, presented. That'd be my motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion from,
David.
Dave, and a second from Larry. Any discussion? Are we voting on them all?
Oh, yeah. Was there any opposition?
On anything? I'm a little concerned about the ride-alongs, but I just looked at it right now before me, and I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just feel that there may be some times when we may decide that we want to see what happens in a car.
Well, then.
And the chief has the discretion to grant you
Meet with the
that.
chief and see if he thinks your concerns are, appropriate.
Valid?
Well, he has the discretion
I agree with
to
you.
authorize it. It's not prohibiting from authorizing it. He has that discretion.
Right. But he could still prohibit it.
I just feel the policymakers, the decisions we make do involve that, and I'm not probably going to be the only person on this planet that wasn't an officer or whatever at whatever time. You can use it as an educational tool.
But you other three feel that it's okay.
I like it the way it's written.
So, if we pull it out, we're still gonna get voted down, so.
It is what it is. I
Right.
just said my piece, so,
And I did too, so.
yeah.
All right, so there's a motion on the floor to approve Lexipol number 203, 313, 314, 404, 411, 426, 501, 502, 702, 704, 705, 901, 903, 11,000, 11,007, 11,020, and 11,033. Roll call vote.
Ms. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Nagy?
Yes.
Mr. Villalobos?
Yes.
Mr. Caper?
Yes.
Mr. Stick?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Anything else on the police department side?
Now we'll have another round of policies to review shortly.
Well,
We're getting
yes,
some updates.
we have some trick or treat things down here.
Yes, oh, for our other, the trunk or treat is this weekend. It's 11 a.m. to 2. The trunk or, and we'd like to just say thanks to Barb Littles for donating the candy.
You're welcome. Thank you again for picking those up.
Oh, it was my
Appreciate
pleasure.
that.
My pleasure. Trick or treat, last night, there was a change in the time. It's gonna be held on Friday, actually on Halloween, the 31st. The hours have changed from 5 to 7 to 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh,
So we added an extra hour.
I think that's good.
Mhm.
And, the town manager's administrative assistant, posted that today.
Okay.
And how many?
We're trying to let everybody know that the change has taken place.
I'll start letting people know at work.
And how many
That'll help.
policemen will be on staff that night?
More than enough, I'll be out, and Commander,
And I was
our
gonna,
normal units, the chief will be out, I'm sorry, chief.
oh yeah, no, go ahead, Carl.
No, I'm sorry, yeah,
So 3 or 4 more?
chief, yeah.
And there's 4 on a Friday night?
Mhm.
Is it a Friday night or Saturday?
Friday.
4 on Friday night plus the 3 or 4 of you?
And there's
Great.
usually fire departments going around with vehicles also. Is that planned too?
If they would like, yeah, I'd just like to keep them close, so centrally located.
We'll
They've
have
always done that in the past.
We'll have our VIPs out too. VIPs will be out as well.
Toys for Tots?
Yes, that campaign is running, it's already started, but it runs through December 5th. We have the box located in Town Hall, right across from the public restrooms. We appreciate anything. Usually, the doors lock at 5, and it's usually Monday through Friday.
Are those unwrapped gifts only? Okay.
Yes.
And are they used locally or all of Lake County or?
As far as that.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm just assuming it's Lake County.
And speaking of the door locking, is the police station door unlocked, the new police station door unlocked from 5 to whatever time?
So, the exterior door coming in is always unlocked, and there's the call box, just like over here.
Right, well, that's what I'm just questioning in
Always
case
unlocked.
there's, okay,
And the only, you just can't go in past there.
okay. Alrighty, anything else for police?
So that's all I have.
Alrighty, thank you. Fire department, communications,
No communications at this time.
no communications, any finance, purchase orders, expenditure reports, or grants?
Yes, purchase orders for the month of August were $3,642.28, $5,442.48 for the month of September. For the expenditure report, 83% of the fiscal year is complete as of today, and 73% of the budget has been utilized. For budgeting for 2026, pretty much same report as the police department. Operationally, it is proposed as the same as 2025.
How can we get this turned the right way?
You gotta go down to packets, she told me.
She said you had to do something.
You gotta go to
Is it
packet on the bottom.
Okay. It's not on packet when I go to it, so.
Let me see.
Oh, is this a printout? No.
This time, I don't think you can go in.
I can't get it?
Are you in the packet?
Yes, I went down here.
I did too. There's, it's sideways too.
Oh, well.
can we have someone at IT look at this or something, or?
Sideways.
I'm gonna lay it
was-
flat
was-
and then turn it.
Hmm?
If you lay it flat and
Last couple months.
lay it flat
Yeah.
and then
It worked
turn
fine.
it,
I have to get to
it's a
the,
little better. There you go.
sorry. Any questions, anybody?
There's nothing crazy
You
in
know,
there.
there's nothing popping out at me here.
Okay. Motion to approve, purchase orders.
I'll make that motion.
Purchase order approval from Barb,
I'll second that.
second from Norm. Any questions? Being none, roll call vote.
Ms. Little?
Yeah.
Mr. Nagy?
Yes,
Mr. Villalobos?
Yes.
Mr. Caper?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Stick?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Staffing, Nick?
Everyone is healthy and safe. The hiring process is, run along smoothly. About halfway through the testing right now, total of 5 candidates.
And this is for everything?
The
Or
replacement hires,
for fire department or EMS or,
we do both.
okay.
How many vacancies do we currently have?
2.
2, and you got 5 candidates applying, all right. Good, good.
Okay.
Do we have a new fire chief yet?
Yes.
I want to congratulate you, sir. You
you,
deserve
sir.
it. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
You can come take your picture with us if you like.
Has Diane Justice contacted you yet?
I have not, on the phone or? I haven't
Yeah,
received a phone call.
she is going to contact you and, interview you and, submit a article to the Lake County Sun because she feels we're not getting enough coverage on that paper,
Okay, I
so,
look forward to a phone call.
okay.
You're gonna be famous, Nick.
They've had a problem down there, the chamber office got flooded,
Oh,
and, she hopes to be back in there, tomorrow or Friday, and
okay.
it is just so noisy in there, you can't stand it. I don't know how she could be down there today and think. But they installed a new water softener, and the water softener, wasn't installed correctly, and it broke and flooded the place,
Oh,
and
boy.
the company that put it in has got American Clean
Wow.
down there working on drying everything out. But be prepared, that's just heads up.
All right, thank you.
Training report, please.
For the month of August, 124 hours of training conducted, and for the month of September, 115.
Now we go to your Lexipol.
Equipment was,
Oh, you know what, I went too far down. Equipment, I'm sorry.
yeah, we're preparing for winter. We will have some, valves and, gauges that will need to be replaced on the engines. Also a set of tires on one of the ambulances, just in preparation for the snow and cold weather. Transfer resolution was made last night's council meeting to cover those costs.
Okay. Any news on the new engine?
Yes, I attended, the midpoint inspection this past Monday, Monday before. They're beyond the midpoint, tentatively end of November for the final inspection, which then if we do accept it, they'll go to get all the compartmentalization performed. So still thinking probably first of the year with the holidays, that's gonna delay some stuff being Thanksgiving, Christmas and New Year's.
how long is that round trip, Nick?
I just made a day of it.
Yeah,
It's
no, that's great.
4.5 hour
Oh,
drive,
super,
5 hours.
super, no, that's terrific.
I'm so sorry.
'Cause you're
The
gonna find,
final inspection, I mean, all three, inspections were built into the, contract, but that'll be a stay the night before, cause that'll be a full day, day and a half even,
where is that other company located?
right down the street. I don't
Oh.
know the name of the town, but it's literally 5 minutes from the manufacturer.
Okay, monthly activity reports.
For the month of August, 229 incidents were responded to, and the month of September, 209. And that continues the average of about a 16% increase from year-to-date last year throughout.
Okay. Lexipol policies.
Currently, there's no state or federal updates nor Lexipol updates. With the winter time coming here, I'm gonna start spending some time, going through all the policies, figuring out which ones overlap with current town policies, so can maybe eliminate some of those if they overlap. I know it was discussed of, with potential budget cuts coming, I believe budgetarily, we'll be able to stick with Lexipol next year, so I'm gonna start moving forward with figuring out some updates and corrections that are needed in the coming months.
So where do you feel that the Lexipol policies with the fire department would overlap with the town? Is that what you said?
Yeah, there's time off stuff, there's the, ADA stuff, there's a handful of them that we could either eliminate because there's a town policy on it, that way you don't have two separate policies, like.
So as per today's date, how many policies besides state and federal is there to review now?
Is which,
How many policies are there to review besides state and federal?
I think it's just under 200 policies, I believe.
Updates?
No, not updates, I thought you meant
No.
total
Updates,
policies.
like,
How many have you updated or
or how
corrected?
many have you received
Or
that
made
we have to review?
Oh, we only received them back in, I think, June or July. I think we had 4 that
Well-
meeting.
We approved those,
Yeah.
but you still gotta get us the approved copies, we still haven't received
Oh,
those
okay.
yet.
Okay.
But, so you haven't received any more from Lexipol?
No, we're not nearly as much as the police department or the state.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
So how much is Lexipol gonna charge us next year? Cause I think there was a difference between this year and next year.
I am gonna, have a phone call with Lexipol on a price and for what we get. I think it needs to be worked on, as
Well,
the police department did last year. I'm gonna request the same thing from Lexipol.
well, it would be like, where's our updated policies? You know, what are you giving us for your money?
Yeah, there's not a lot of updates with the fire service.
Yeah, that's kinda disappointing.
Police chief, are we hooked into a certain rate for next year?
Yes, we are. We signed for that 3-year. I can't remember what the second year is. It did go up significantly though, just because we were, left and then came back, they gave us a deal.
I thought it was in somewhere in that 79 to 85
I
range.
thought this, I kept thinking 75, but
Mhm.
then I thought it was closer to 8.
Yes, in that range, 75.
And I can't remember what the third year is.
I think that was close to 10.
And that's gonna be a voice of concern for me, because we're paying $11,000 for the fire department.
we're gonna pay 11.
Eventually, at the end of
We're
the
paying
third year.
5 this year. We were paying 11 something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got it for 5,000 this year, and it's gonna go up like 3%.
Right, and I thought that
And
took
then
us to
another
about
3%.
75, 8,000, and then I thought it was 10 the third year. it's somewhere around there, but there is an increase each year.
But,
I agree with Nick. I mean, if he's only getting 4 updates and you're getting 16, there's no reason you both should be paying the same amount of money. So they either need, they need to look at it, and if they're not functioning, we need to just start looking in other areas. Of course, Lexipol seems to be the hot area.
wasn't Lexipol also could be used for town ordinances too, or not? Just only police and fire? Okay.
Beat on them, Nick.
I know CLEA is police, does that cover fire also?
I'm sorry, for what?
CLEA, I know covers police, does that cover fire also?
For what?
For, same as Lexipol, different company.
For the,
CLEA, I believe is how you pronounce it.
CLEA has nothing to do with policy.
are you referring to maybe the training? Because we have Fire Rescue
Yeah, that's
Academy.
kinda, I guess whatever it does, I just know it's there. I haven't thoroughly looked into it, but I know they have policies for different things. I've had them in my hand.
Or through Lexipol, I'm confused on what you're,
It's all right, we'll talk about it later.
okay.
Anything else, Nick? Other?
No, sir.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's keep the communications wide asshole. Excuse my French.
Town council liaison report?
I have a couple things here that I wanna let you know. December 9th, the Cedar Lake Chamber of Commerce will be having a luncheon. The cost is $20 per person. And the speakers will be our town manager, our police chief, and our fire chief. And that's, going to be held at Great Oaks, and that's at 12 noon on December the 9th. And, then, from my Northwest Indiana Regional Planning position that I go to, I asked the Indiana Department of Indiana Department of Transportation, about, the turn lane that, is going to be put on US 41. It was supposed to be done in 2022, had delay after delay, and, the representative from, Indiana Department of Transportation told me that, they're going to let it out in November of 2025 and start it in the spring of 2026. It'll go from 109th to 31 and go down to 135th. So we'll have a turn lane on US 41. And right now you can turn into Harry-O's, but once they complete this, you won't be able to turn in there off of 41 when you're heading north. You have to go and turn the street north of there and then come in back behind the Mexican ice cream place.
And when you say you said they're starting it in November?
No, they're letting the bid out in November, and they'll start it in the spring
Okay.
of 2026.
And what end are they starting at?
They didn't tell me that. And I questioned the guy. I said, I asked you last month about, the turn lane for US 41. And he said, didn't I talk to you after the meeting last month? I said, no, you didn't. So he talked to me after the meeting. He didn't tell me in the meeting.
Is there a projected end date for that project? I know, right?
I can't answer that because I'd have to ask him.
Maybe next time.
All right. We don't have a meeting till December.
That's okay, I'm sure we have plenty of time. Thanks, Bob.
Chuck, you got anything?
Chief, that you submitted to legal about changing the rates for EMS.
That is correct.
So I'm sitting there looking over last year's at this time. Last year's EMS lift assist was at $169. This year it's at $429.
Holy cow.
That's the majority of the increased calls. And we're not charging nothing for them at this time.
council gave direction to the attorney July 15th meeting. I
Okay.
don't know where it's at.
I know a lot of people don't understand how much that is increased, but I'm looking at the number. To look at last year's number, from 124 to 9/30/24. Last year was at 157, this year we're at 429. That's a big increase that we can't sustain.
So on that note, I know that there was one particular person that had a lot of calls. Is that still ongoing?
With APS, no, once the state contracted outside of Lake County, that case was reviewed and closed, so we are now at the drawing board again.
Okay.
And other cities and towns, they do charge, for this kind of, assistance?
After 3 occurrences within
Yeah.
30 days is pretty much an average of the communities, throughout, so that's what I had proposed in the proposal that went to the council.
So we need to ask Dave, what's the status of that?
Okay. Definitely.
Did the fire department, I know Todd worked on getting a baby box drop. Has that
For
just,
this station, you're saying?
no, well, we don't have one at the old one, do we?
No.
But, I mean,
I don't know if it's possible, cause the rule that was set in place with that prior is there can be no cameras around it. And at either facility, I don't know if that'd be possible.
okay. I mean, I think it's a great idea,
It's
but,
a fantastic idea. I wanna say there's one, correct me if I'm wrong, is there one in Crown Point?
Yes.
I knew it was going, but I never heard if it went through or not or whatever, so.
I can inquire to.
Well, I think it would be a great idea for South Lake County, 'cause I'm sure
Mhm.
Lowell or Lake Dale doesn't have it, probably.
I don't have an answer, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from anybody? Being none, public comment 3 times. Public comment 2 times. Public comment 1 time. Sir, adjourning at 7:12. Meeting is over.